Eromanga-sensei. If someone had me try to quickly summarize it, I'd say things like anime and manga culture, particularly of the light novel flavor, and a brother and sister that have interest in each other but can't bring themselves to admit their feelings. You know, this kind of reminds me of an older show that came out not too long ago that went by the nickname Imo. My god. Really? Was that 100% necessary? Tsukasa Fushimi, did you need the last laugh on that? That was almost a Stan Lee level cameo right there. The strange thing about this show is that I have absolutely no idea where all the hate for the show really came from. I mean, sure, it's not going to be the most memorable anime of the spring 2017 season, but it's not bad enough to get the hate that it has. Was it the incestuous feelings? Now that I think about it, do feelings for step-siblings count as incest? You know what? Don't answer that. It really doesn't matter to me at all. We all do realize, though, that this is a Tsukasa Fushimi work, right? The guy literally writes this kind of stuff for a living. But seriously though, I enjoyed Eromanga-sensei quite a bit. Sure, it may not have the most compelling of stories, but it had some pretty great humor to it. It's kind of hard not to laugh at a show when one of the very first characters you meet in the series literally says, "I love dicks" to the main male character. Dick quote aside, if a person with the same personality as Megumin actually existed, I highly doubt that she'd befriend someone who communicates to their older brother by literally kicking the floor. Speaking of the little sister known as Sagari, I'm more than convinced she's the living, breathing female version of Ise Hyodo from High School DxD. I mean, seriously, Sagari is one of the most perverted female characters I've come across in anime. Of course, aside from, Anna from Shimonetta. The various things that she puts a lot of the other female characters through really shows her more brutal side, from asking her brother to find a more well-endowed girl, to making two girls play Twister and hold certain positions. She really knows no bounds or shame. I do have to give Sagari some props, though. Her dance segments gave me the only reason to go and watch the anime's opening and ending of every episode. I will say she did give a rather Darude Sandstorm dance in the ending. I mean, it's kind of hard not to want to play Darude Sandstorm when you watch that kind of dance she does sometimes. But seriously though, those dance moves of hers are lethal in a cute way. I mean, seriously, look at this. Just look at this. How could anyone not want that? It's adorable. Continuing on with Eromanga-sensei's comedy trope, we have a Chunibyo blonde character that boasts about being more successful than the main male character, but is probably the laziest of all of them. On top of that, she's probably the only anime character I'll know that'll play the piano naked. We also have Muramasa, an extremely successful author who happens to be the #1 biggest fan of the main male character. By the way, did anyone else notice that Muramasa's sequence changes in the opening about halfway through the series? Apparently a good number of people I've talked to about this show, they never really noticed that. Like I said earlier, the story isn't really the most compelling of stories to enjoy. Aside from the light novelception that the series covers, it also has the story of a my little sister can't possibly be this cute to pair with it. Then again, like I said earlier, this is a Tsukasa Fushimi work, so this should come naturally. Also, this show likes to not only give the feeling of incest, but also rub a little slice of harem at its viewers as well. Even then, the reason I enjoyed this series is less due to the actual story, and more to the actual humor the series has as a whole. The show does a good job at taking what character personalities it has, and really thinking out every possible joke it can make with them. Its comedic value really is what makes Eromanga-sensei shine. If you're bored and looking for a good laugh, then go give Eromanga-sensei a watch. I can guarantee it has enough jokes to keep you entertained throughout the entire season. Anyway guys, if you're interested in checking out more of my future content, feel free to subscribe. This is Hawk20. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video or stream that I do. Later!